welcome back. We are doing what you need to know right now, and based off of Aries reading, I honestly would suggest everybody listen to Aries reading. That was just out of control. But like my name says, I am the conduit of magic. So these words are not mine. This is just what the divine needs you to know. So I'm going to start with these. I have a mixture of two. I always mix my cards, my decks. And then I'm going to do, I don't know the name of most of these, honestly. It's been so long. But it's coming out very ethereal. So I'm going to ground it down with the tea leaves and then moon oracles. Okay? Alright, Taurus. What does Taurus need to know right now? Let me actually shuffle. Just a little bit. Taurus. Oh, come on. And then, yeah, okay. Taurus. Yeah, that was that Aries. I mean, I personally, if I saw that, if I'm not an Aries, but and I don't think I have any Aries in my, obviously I have it in my house, one, but I don't have any Aries in my chart. And so yeah, but if I had heard that video, I'd be like, I love this. It's very out there. Like I said in that video, I'm a Cancer and we're very much conspiracy theorists. We're like, yeah, like when somebody says something weird, I'm like, yeah, and then it starts to add on and I'm like, and then this and then that. Whoa, you got the same thing as Aries. Let me get one more. I want to put it back, but I don't think I should. You guys saw me shuffle this. Let me get one more. Why is there a bug? Why is there a bug on my cards? I have my AC right here, and I have a cardboard box next to it so that it like blocks out the heat from coming in. But I had to make a hole because my cat needs to be able to stick his head out. If not, he will literally like tear down the cardboard. So there's still bugs that come in through that little hole. But yeah, especially because my table is literally like connected to the window. So anyway, Taurus. Come on, Taurus. Taurus, come on down. Oh my God. This is so weird. This is almost identical to Aries. The hell? Look, and this is the card that Aries had with this one. So look, this card says connect with Mother Gaia, and you see them connecting, and you guys got ground and center, which is literally almost the same thing, except for, you know, when you're connecting with Gaia, you're connecting with a specific energy. When you're just grounding and centering, you're grounding and centering yourself. But I feel like you're kind of doing, right, the same thing, kind of. But this was a little different. This didn't feel as strong as the other one. Right now there is a need to, if you guys have stones or if you guys work with stones, and if you don't, right now would be a really good time to use selenite. Selenite is very cleansing, very protective. I use selenite at the entrance. I do a selenite on each door and each side of the entrance of the door out, and then the back door or whatever door I have, right? And then I do 4 selenites, one on each corner of my bed. It's protection. It doesn't allow anybody who doesn't have permission to enter your dreams. It protects from attacks. It protects from, because I astral travel a lot, and so it allows me to astral travel safely. Whenever I've like spent the night over at other people's houses, I tend to come back very discombobulated. I almost wake up like in a jerk. I sit up and I do the like I'm almost like lost, if that makes sense, and it's not very safe to do it. So that's what I'm getting, especially because she has, look, like she has four selenite clusters there. Do you see that? Plus her cat, which is protection. And cats are protection from both sides. They can go, they are in between. They are Switzerland. They are very dark and they can be very much light. They're not like bad or good. They just they're just energy, right? They can cleanse your energy. They can absorb negative energy that's being sent to you, but then they're able to like just transmute it immediately. Sometimes not immediately, depending on what's going on, but yeah, it does take sometimes a month. My cat will get really fat, and then all of a sudden, like boom, 3 days later he's like skinny, and I'm like, oh, okay, he just released a bunch of my energy, or just energy that's being sent my way, right? So there's a need for a lot of protection, which is a very different message that I got for Aries. So it might have come out the same, but the same cards, but it's a different message. Okay, so there is a need right now. If you don't work with stones, so right now would be a good time to use selenite and do the four corners, like north, east, south, west. And if you have a familiar, if you have a pet that's, you know, your protection, I don't know if they sleep with you or not, but you know, it would be a good time to at least have them in the room, close. They protect. My cat would protect also. Like I accidentally, well, I brought a mirror in, I covered it and it fell off, and I didn't realize it, and he was acting really weird, and he'd always be at the window, at the mirror, and he started being really just crazy, and I finally figured it out, and I put a cover over the window, again, the mirror, and he calmed down. So I feel like there were things that were trying to seep out, or that were, and he was trying to, like, he was acting very strange. He was acting very aggressive. It was just weird. Right now there's a need to ground yourself and center. There's a need to quiet the mind. There's a lot going on in the mind, because as soon as I said that, all I heard was like in my mind. But there's a need to have open a pathway from above, even below. Remember, like, you are dealing with a full connection from above and below, right? So you're getting energies from both, right? And there needs to be an equal connection, because when you are dealing with being any kind of energy worker, right, you are receiving, it's a connection from both below and above, right? And you're getting you need a full connection. I'm seeing a beam of light going through and grounding yourself. There's something about sweeping here. There's something about a broom here. I'm getting, maybe some of you guys have like some kind of holistic traditions, or some kind of like family, like you guys have not tradition, that's not the word, like a ritual, something about like sweeping out the negative energy. There's something about that here. Okay, all right. I'm also hearing right now, you're sleeping a lot. You're sleeping a lot because your body is actually regenerating. Your DNA, I'm hearing, is changing and it's regenerating. It's almost like you have cleared a generational curse, and because of that, the DNA in your family lineage is actually changing. And I just got freezing cold, which is confirmation from my guides. It's that like when you get all the goose pimple, what are they called? Y escalofrío. I don't know how you say it. But yeah. So you're resting a lot. You're resting a lot, which is good, but at the same time, make sure you're keeping everything in balance, right? Okay. Taurus. Taurus, 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 Taurus. I want to see that movie so bad. I don't know why. Yang. Yeah, so right now you are in your masculine energy. You are in your masculine energy, but I do feel also with Yang and this card being one. There might be somebody coming in. Community. Okay, yeah. You're coming into contact with a community of like-minded people. There's this giraffe here, and it's like living in, and there's another baby giraffe here, but they're living in like some weird straw hut, and this giraffe to me does not look like it fits. Okay, look at its head alone. So I feel like it's coming into community with like-minded people, and it's because right now your masculine energy is very full on. It's very open. For some of you guys, I do feel like you are coming into community and you are going to be meeting a masculine. And with Yang, you know, this could be the yang to your yin, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be something that is just, it's family. It's family. You're coming into, I just heard starseed family. So for some of you guys might, if not, you're just coming into soulmate family, right? I don't know why okay. Let's keep going. Round and around. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that to me looks like cycles. Cycles, but not just in this lifetime. And I feel like it ends right here on the third eye. So I feel like for you guys, or for whoever you're dealing with, you guys finally understand. You guys have finally, like I said at the beginning, I think you guys have broken or about to break a generational curse. Look, with all that glitters, to me that's giving all that glitters isn't gold, right? Everything is not abundance. Everything that looks good on the surface is not good on the inside. And I feel like this was a lesson that you guys were needing to learn and overcome. There was karma that was needed to break through, and I feel like you guys have come through that, or you guys are coming there. You guys are finally starting to see it, and that is breaking the generational curse, which is bringing your yang energy into, I just heard, a divine masculine. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you can just be in your yang masculine, your masculine energy. You don't have to be male or female. Everybody has both. Right now, me doing this, I'm in my masculine energy, right? But I do get a very strong masculine male strong male masculine energy here. But if it's not, like, then flip flop it, right? But I feel like this person, I finally hit the bullseye with the in this lifetime they've gone through this over and over and over again, and finally in this one it's hit them in the third eye, or you guys in the third eye. And it's, so I'm talking almost like in a third person, like I'm talking like about a third person. So this could be, if it's reversed, then just reverse it, right? Regeneration, yeah. This person is regenerating and fixing their family tree. You see that? Do you see that? This person, or you were able to break this curse, and it is fixing the DNA. It is regenerating that lineage that had poison and had shriveled up and was basically dying, where your family, not a lot of people were able to succeed. Not a lot of people were able to come out of poverty. Not a lot of people were able to break addictions. They kept living in karmic situations, karmic lives, and you've broken that. You've broken free of that. And maybe they won't fully be able to break theirs, but it's going to elevate them enough that it's going to start the movement for them, if that makes sense. Because you are clearing up past people that have gone ahead of you. You're clearing up that past, for when they're reborn, if they come back, they don't have to go through the shit that you went through, Taurus. Because I feel like you guys went through some shit. Like, this is like the kind of, you know, the stuff of the stories from hell, right? The childhood from hell, the, you know, the relationships from hell. It was rough. It was rough. And this is giving 10, which is giving endings. Like, this is now ending, and you are repairing your family tree, your family lineage. Oh my goodness. These are so, oh, I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not a fan of the love readings. I'm not a fan, and I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm just not a fan of the love reading. I think it just takes so much out of me that I just don't, I'm not a fan. This though, this, the 5D, I can swim in this all day. With Unfinished Symphony, there are still things that we have come to the apex, right? We're at the top of the mountain. We are there, where we acknowledge the patterns, and we see now clearly. We're using our third eye, and we see clearly now. Now it's time to mend bridges that were broken because you weren't seeing clearly. Now it's time to stop doing certain behaviors, certain patterns, certain things, do you get what I'm saying? Like, now it's time to do the do. Right? Do the deeds. Like, if this is about, you know, consumption, now it's time to start realizing and start fixing that and start taking control of your life. And because you have unfinished symphonies, you're halfway there. The hardest part is over. The hardest part is seeing things clearly and finally realizing that you're picking karmic partners. You're picking partners because, you know, everything that you know, glitters isn't gold, right? You're realizing that certain behaviors and you're doing things and pushing people away that you should not be because of certain traumas and behaviors and fear. Now that you see that clearly, Taurus, now it's time to finish the symphony. Now it's time. You reached the crescendo. Let's go to the finish line and let's start doing what we have to do, right? Is what I'm getting. Unfinished symphony. Yeah. And you're being highly, highly divinely guided, because doing this is like, no. This is powerful stuff. Breaking generational curses is highly powerful stuff. Let's clarify Yang. Oy. Recognition, reward for merit. Yeah. You're finally not only recognizing, but you're being rewarded by the universe, by by the hard work that you've been doing, by whatever it is, right? And a reward could be the fact that you are actually able to stop doing these things. The reward could be that you get better health. The reward could be money. The reward could be a million things, but it's a reward, right? Somebody who has an autoimmune condition, you think that if somebody said, oh, hey, by the way, I have this, you've been doing all the work, your ailments are going to go away. That's a reward. If somebody said, do you want $1 million or do you want to be healthy? I'd be like, I'll take healthy any fucking day. Any day. Any day. Any day. Right? With community, you got March. So you could be meeting somebody that is a Pisces, possibly. What is March? Pisces or Aries? I just did Aries, which is interesting because I just did Aries and you guys got the same card, even though it was a little bit different. A sincere wish will be granted. Yeah. Yep. Round and around, short journey. Yeah. You finally reached the pinnacle of this, and now this next little bit is going to be a short journey because you understand it. And we got August, so you might be dealing with something in August or meeting somebody who is a Leo or a Virgo, or something might be happening in August where that sincere wish is going to be granted, right? Let's clarify regeneration. July. Let's get one more. We got two more. January. Capricorn or Cancer. Happiness, well-being, and pleasure with a close friend. Yeah, you're meeting up new people, and these are people that are going to be of your soul family. Okay, these are people that are going to not only help you, but because you're seeing the truth now, you can walk plainly and see clearly, and you're getting advice and you're getting helped with, right, by the correct energies. You're no longer being misled, because I feel like you were being misled. Unfinished symphony, climbing towards success. Yes, you are climbing towards success, and then pay attention to your finances. I'm getting not only be careful of your finances, but I heard watch how they grow. Watch how they grow. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of energy. Do be careful though, because I feel like you do have a lot of people coming in. We have this January card that could be a Capricorn, or it could be Sagittarius. No, Aquarius. Capricorn or Aquarius. But this person has a big nose. So I feel like one of these people that are coming towards you, just be careful, because they're not being honest with you. I feel like you have a lot of energies coming towards you, okay? But you don't need help or the warnings anymore. You now understand and see things clearly. Especially with that whole, like lifetimes of going through it. Like, you now see the truth, and that's where you're breaking the line. That's where you're now breaking that family curse. All right, let's get some guidance for Taurus. My Taurus. All right, we got a win-win outcome is forecast. Yes. Yes, bitch. Yes. Okay. A win-win outcome is you've already got this. You've already reached the apex. And once you've gone and up and up and up and up, and you can't see clearly because the mountain is still, but now you're at the pinnacle, right? You're at the apex of the mountain. Guess what you can see? You can see the whole fucking valley. The whole valley ahead of you. You can now see clearly, right? Your dreams need a practical plan. With that, it's just saying, let's not start with, oh, my first goal is I want $1 million. Let's start with, my first goal is to show up for myself every day. Then my next goal will be, you know, I'm getting, I don't know, let's say losing weight. Let's say you want to lose 5 pounds. And then the next week you want to go a little bit harder and, I don't know, let's switch it. Let's say you want to start walking and you're in a lot of pain, so you can only do a block. And then you do, you know, a block for a week, and then the next week you do 2 blocks, and then the next week you do 5 blocks, right? Like, don't be like, oh, I want to run a marathon when your muscles have atrophied or whatever. Like, that's not, it's not conceivable. It's inconceivable. It's just not realistic. Okay, Taurus? So, go slow and steady, and that's the most important thing, alright? Alright, Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and I will see you guys soon.